Poetry analysis of W.H. Auden's The Unknown Citizen. Auden is famous for his war poetry, which makes him a distinct poet among all other global poets. He was an English poet who moved back to America, the British colony, in 1939, a time when he reached the fame of an English poet. He wrote The Unknown Citizen by living in New York, giving his evidences of cultural shock which he experienced when suddenly confronted with American style, chaos, and consumerism. The poem is written in the voice of a fictional government bureaucrat, someone who sits at a desk and shuffles paper all day, whose decision affects the life of people he never met. This poem is referred to an unknown citizen whose name has not been mentioned in the poem. The Unknown Citizen is a great poem to read in an election year because so many American politicians that run for office, no matter how interesting and extraordinary they might be, pretend to be the equivalent of the unknown citizen who is sensible, good worker, and consumer, with, with no major vices or strange opinion, and usually happily married with bright, smiling kids. The poem begins with an epigraph pretending to be an official celebration of a dead person, the unknown citizen. The words are inscribed on a marble monument that was paid for by the state or government. The poem consists of several different kinds of people and organizations who have carried out their investigation regarding character and other details of the unknown citizen and have given their report. So there are many lines proving that various details have been collected describing his personality. They are giving their opinion in such a way which seems to be backhanded compliment, as the line says. I quote, he was found by the Bureau of Statistics to be one against whom there was no official complaint. So the not so friendly sounding Bureau of Statistics says that no official complaint was ever made against him. More than that, the guy was a veritable saint whose good deeds included serving in the army and not getting fired. He belonged to a union and paid all his dues, was friendly with friends and colleagues, and he liked to have a drink from time to time with them. His list of staring accomplishment goes on. He bought a newspaper and had normal reaction to advertisement. I quote, the press are convinced that he brought a paper every day and that his reaction to advertisements were normal in every way. Unquote. Then the report says that he went to the hospital once, we don't know what for, but came out cured. He brought a few expensive household appliances, which shows that he was a good housekeeper. He would go with the flow and held the same opinions as everyone else regarding peace and war. He had 5 kids, so he contributed to nation's economy. In fact, the only things the government doesn't know about the guy is whether he was free and happy, too utterly insignificant, trivial little detail. He couldn't have been unhappy, though, because otherwise the government would have heard. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel by clicking the word subscribe and the bell.